How you doing, Duff here? You're looking at my 2016 Tacoma, and you might notice that it's on ramps and the hood is up. Even though it only has, I think it has less than 1,300 miles on it, I'm going to do my first maintenance work on it, and I am going to simply be changing the oil on the truck. And I'm not even sure how necessary it is. If you look at the factory manual for the truck, I think it actually doesn't do its first official oil change until 10,000 miles, believe it or not. But I'm going to go on old school premises where it's a good thing to change your oil after the first 1,000 miles, after the break-in period, just because of the potential for, you know, when a motor is being broken in, you have fine metal shavings in the oil. Possibly. Maybe that isn't even an issue anymore, but just for peace of mind, I'm going to do it anyways. And I'm just doing the oil, I'm not going to do the filter. This oil that this truck uses is Mobil 1 0W20 Advanced Fuel Economy. That stuff is expensive. I believe I spent $38 for that. Actually, it might have been more. I think it was like $38 for the 6 quarts that you need for an oil change. So some expensive oil, but I guess it lasts a long time, so maybe that justifies the expense. So I'm just going to document where stuff is. You know, changing oil is changing oil, but I'm just going to point out the unique things with the Tacoma. Okay, we're now underneath the truck. This is the V6 model. Right there is the oil drain plug, very prominent, very easy to see. You can see how nice the undercarriage of this truck is. Everything's painted and clean, and this is nicer than the exterior of some of my vehicles I've had in the past. So anyways, there's the oil change location, the oil drain plug location. The oil filter, if I was going to be replacing it, takes a little bit more work with this model than my old truck. Right there you see it. This actually uses a cartridge type filter, which means that you take that casing off and inside is a paper filled paper element that you just replace the element. And the downside of it is where that location is, the only way you're going to get it is you have to take off the skid plate cover, which looks like it's probably four bolts. So you're not going to be able to change the oil filter element without taking off the skid cover, which is a bit of a annoyance, but not a huge deal, I guess, but an extra step. So, but I'm not going to be doing that today. I'm just doing the oil. Okay, the oil drain plug is a 14 millimeter socket. And this holds like I think I mentioned earlier, 6 quarts of oil, so it's a lot to drain. There's a little washer there that's staying as I'm turning this out. Ugh. Messy. And as you expect, that still looks very clean, since it's only been 1,000 miles. But, and like I said, this might be totally unnecessary, but yeah, I plan to hold on to this truck for a long time, so I don't mind doing something unnecessary if it could potentially extend the longevity of the truck down the road. So, all right, let's wait till this finishes draining, and I'll close it up. Okay, let it finish draining, and now I'm just going to tighten this up. Wipe it down a little bit. Okay, now I've just got to refill it. Okay, the oil fill location is right here, right in the front of the engine. Pretty easy to reach. And again, it tells you right there, only use 0W20 oil. It's very lightweight oil. I could tell when it was being drained, the viscosity seems very, very light. Okay, so I'm going to pull that out and grab my funnel and get busy. Okay, so we're going to use the funnel. Like I said, this takes 6 quarts of oil, but my plan is to just put the big 5-quart jug in first, and then take it off the ramps so it's level, and then just start adding from my extra quart until I'm right on the proper level. Because you don't want to overfill an engine. Of course, it's dangerous to underfill it, but you don't want to overfill it either. It actually says right here on the packaging for the oil, it says advanced fuel economy recommended for most Hondas and Toyotas. So this must be something that most Hondas and Toyotas are doing nowadays. I guess it says here that the compared to regular Mobil 1, probably can't see this, that it has all the features of advanced Mobil 1 or Mobil 1, but it also improves fuel economy. I guess maybe because of the low viscosity, I don't know. Okay, I'm going to back it off the ramp. Back it off the ramp and do the rest. Okay, when you check your oil, this may be obvious to most people, but maybe people that have never done an oil change, it might not be. You want to make sure that your vehicle is on a level surface. On the Tacoma, the oil dipstick is right here. Stick in here somewhere for the transmission fluid. But I guess just because of the engine design, the stick is really low, really long. So you clean it off, stick it all the way in for a couple seconds. Okay. And you can just tell from the marks on the stick, there's two little, probably can't see it, but there's two little dots there. The one towards the end is the quart low, so that means I'm a little less than a quart off what I need. It's a long stick. It's more challenging to get it back in there. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to add probably about half a quart. Let's see where we're at. Since this oil is such a low weight, I would imagine that it's going to drain to the oil pan very quickly. You make sure you put the stick in all the way, or you won't get an accurate measurement. This oil's so clean, it's almost hard to see on here. Looks good to me. On the dot. Actually, just slightly over the dot, that's alright. I just don't want to dramatically overfill it, but it's a tiny bit high, it's not a big deal. Okay, so let's put this cap back on. Wipe it down a little bit so you don't have any extraneous oil dripping down to mess up your nice, pretty new engine. I'm going to fire it up, make sure that no warnings come up of any sort. Okay. Looks fine. No warnings. Level's good. Truck actually just it has 1,305 miles on it. So like I said, it might not have been completely necessary, or might not have been necessary at all to change the oil this early, but at least I got some familiarity with where everything is, and that's it. So now you know how you can change your oil in your 2016 Tacoma. Until next time, Duffman out.